Hi there. Today we're looking at how to sew this vintage inspired waist corset dress. It is very easy and beginner friendly. If this is something you'd love to do stick and stay and let's do it together. We mark this to serve as our starting line. Then we divide our shoulder to shoulder into two, a shoulder slope of 1.5, then our 3 inches neck width. We draw a line to connect these two. Then we mark our shoulder to nipple, shoulder to waist. Then we mark our dress length. We square these off. Lest I forget, we mark the shoulder to hip as well. Then we square it off. Now we divide our bust measurement into 4. We divide our waist measurement into 4, then our hip into 4. When it gets to the dress length, we use the same as our hip. Then we connect these dots. Right. So we mark our arm depth, which is our round arm measurement divided by 2. We square that off as well, and this serves as our chest line. The same measurement as we had for the bust we bring to the chest line, then we connect. We mark our armhole as we normally do. Then this is our neck depth of 1 inch. It is just for a start. We mark our neck hole. Then we could go ahead and cut this. Then we trace the same thing onto a folded brown paper like this. Right. Then we mark 2 inches from the waist downwards and square. Then we mark another 2 inches upwards and we square as well. Then we mark 3 inches upwards, that is from the waistline upwards. Then we mark using this curve. We can go ahead and cut this. Right, so this is what we have when we place it on the other pattern. Now we're supposed to extend these lines onto the bigger paper. We're extending the base as well, that is our length. And then where we marked the 2 inches upwards to, we also trace and extend to the bigger paper. Now we're tracing our shoulder line, extending it forward. Whatever measurement you have here, you add 5 inches to it. We extend the bust line too. Then we square this off. When it comes to the chest line, whatever we have here, we add 6 inches to it, and then we mark as well. Then we mark our shoulder slope the same as we had here. We mark there, then we reconnect. Now we are to draw this line so that it touches the other line. Then we extend it to the top. As you see here, there is this calculation when it comes to the down part. That is the waist times 3 divided by 4. So that's what we're marking here. We do same all the way through, and then we join these lines. Now we'll go ahead and cut them out. Now we add our hem allowance to the skirt part, and then we cut this out as well. This is what we have. This is the skirt, the top, and then the midsection. Right. We use our pattern paper to also cut the fabrics, the top, the midsection, and the down part. When it comes to the top, this is how we have done it. Our seam allowance is down, and then our hem allowance for the sleeve is also added. With the back, there's a zipper allowance, but then everything is the same. Right. And then we're going to also modify the back neckline. And so we're cutting it downwards by about 6 inches so that at least we get a curve. And so we mark the 6 inches, then we'll cut it using a little arc, not very deep. Right, so once we do this, it means the back is done. With the front, we'd also want to dip in the neck depth a bit, and so like 3.5 inches, depending on how deep you'd want it to scoop. Right, and so we do this alteration and then we cut it out. Then when it comes to the middle one, this is what we do. With the front we have this curve, but the back we cut it short, just using the 2 inches as we had on the top and then the down part. And so a total of about 4 inches. Our zipper allowance is also added to this part, but with this we've used an interface to cut this that would then be going to the down part, which is the skirt part. As our side is the waist measurement times 3 divided by 4. So when we open it fully, this is what we have. Right. And so when it comes to the back, the middle section, we are trimming it a bit towards the center back where the zipper would be. Yeah, so that's what we're doing. Then we use this to also cut our fabrics, the fashion fabric itself and the lining. So there's the side, the same thing has been cut, 2 each, as you can see. Now we're going to stitch this onto that, and then we do same for this other side. Repeat same for the lining as well. The same fabric is used for the lining and the fashion fabric as well. We're going to stitch this and we stitch that too. And when it comes to the down part, where we had added our hem allowance, we need to fold that away, and so we'll go round overlock stitches down here. Then with the help of our hem tape, we fold our hem allowance, give it a press, and then it sticks neatly. In case this is your first time watching our video, please don't forget to subscribe. We have lots of educative content when it comes to sewing on this our platform. Right, so we'll give it a good press. We'll put this away. When it comes to the top part, we're going to sew these very portions. So we'll go and stitch that, and then we trim off the excesses, run overlock stitches to neaten those parts as well. We've also joined the midsection. We'll create our notches so that we are able to press them opened. It's very, very important that you press as you sew. That is a golden rule in sewing. If you want to have a good finish, let pressing as you sew be your cardinal principle. Right. And so we've done that for the fashion fabric, and then we also press opening the lining as well. The difference between the two is that when it comes to the fashion fabric, we have interfaced it with a woven tricot, and then with that of the lining, we've interfaced it with a violin or a stiff. Right, we're putting these two together. We've gone ahead to stitch them, so we trim off the excesses. Right, well, we'll place this on our dummy, and this is how it looks like. And we have this zipper allowance at the back. Right, and so we place this here, and then we create a notch at the center front. Then we would want to reduce the back by 2 inches, and so we slant till we get to the side seam. Now we see it falling short a bit, and that's exactly what we want. So we run loose stitches here. After we're running the loose stitches, we're going to gather so that we get the same length for the top, just as we have for the middle section. And so from the center to this very side, we're checking to see if it would match, and then we'll repeat same for the other side. Right, and so once we realize that it would fit perfectly well after distributing the fullness, we would go ahead and then place it matching center front, and then we'll go ahead and stitch this. This is quite easy to do. And so right now we'll go ahead and stitch this part, and then this is how it looks like when we flip it backwards. Good. And so when it comes to this part, we measure the midsection. Whatever we get, we're marking that here, and then we measure the remainder. So what we had was 24.5, and so what you're doing is that we're going to divide this 24.5 by 14, and 14 is the length you just saw us measure. We're going to get 1.75, that is 1 3/4. And so at every 1 inch we would leave a space of 1 3/4. At every 1 inch we leave 1 3/4. At every 1 inch we leave 1 3/4. We do same from the center to the right and from the center to the left. Now we fold each inch onto the 1 3/4, and so we are folding the 1 3/4 inward, leaving the 1 inch that we had left. And so just as you see, we pick 1 3/4 and place on the other, and then we'd have 1 inch left. Then we'll pick the next 1 3/4 and place on the other, would have 1 inch left, so that we have 1 inch intervals in between our pleats, and then we would have 1 3/4 folded on. Exactly what we repeat till we've exhausted the whole of the skirt. This is not confusing at all. It's such a simple method that we can all do. So we'll measure and see if it's the same, and then we'll go and stitch the down to the top. But first we need to secure it by running a baste stitch on the waistline of the skirt that we've pleated right now, holding them with fabric clippers, and then we'll go and stitch. And so right after stitching, we're going to place them good size together, and then we'll also go and then stitch the mid section and the top onto our pleated skirt. and we stitch this. This is how it looks like, very neat. Now we're going to stitch the shoulders. We stitch this, that is the right shoulder, and then we'll go ahead and also stitch the left shoulder. Yeah, we're doing the same for this and for that. After stitching, we would also go ahead and finish our neckline, and then we'll give it a press. We just run overlock stitches on the neckline and then we stitched. It gives it a very neat finish. Now we match the center backs to see if they match exactly the same. If it does, as I see this, now we'll turn them good sides together and seal from the bottom of our skirt all the way upwards. Because this is a pleat, you can move from the midsection, that is the down portion of the midsection, all the way down by about 5 inches, and then we stitch downwards. After that, we'll go ahead and then insert our zipper, and our dress is beautifully made. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video.